Hello guys, hello, give me a minute, I'm searching for a specific part. How are you? Everything is fine for all? You had a good day? This one should do. This one should do. If I don't have any other, but let me check just in case. If I found, no, this one is missing. Let's see if I can find another one. No, apparently not. No. So basically they are all the same. Do we have any other? Maybe. I have other boards here. Let's see if those. No, this one is missing. And this one, yeah, is the wrong one. Oh well. Has to be that board then. Ciao Marco, ciao Spock. Hi Dave, hi Slot. In the menu today there is a PlayStation 4 Slim to repair, as said in the title. And I was searching for another board that was having the same component that is supposedly working to transfer into this board. So today we have PlayStation 4 Slim. If anybody read the title of the stream, you should have known. But basically a repair shop gave this console to me to fix because there is an error of too many USB connected, and so I need to fix it. But I say this is quite strange to have that error if there is no issue with the USB port, and the USB ports are basically brand new. The console itself, it is brand new. It was still sealed. It's having no dust inside. No dust. I think it's one of the latest PS4 Slim released in the market. You don't read the titles. You should. But I think, and I measured, okay. Let me bring the multimeter on the screen. Let me bring the multimeter on the screen. Here we go. So I checked a few things on the USB, and if we go closer, so there are the 5-volt line for both USB, and I check also the data line for them. and all seems correct. Now I will tell you what I've done to discover what is the issue. So basically, those are the two MOSFETs, 1 and 2, for opening for the 5 volt for the USB. Obviously the input has to be not shorted. Wait a second. In resistance mode, has to be not shorted. But I would be impressed if there is a short on the 5 volt input, because the console would not even turn on at that point, I think, because the 5 volt is the main 5 volt for every for the entire console. There are no two 5 volt like on the PlayStation 5, I think, but I can be wrong. So I checked both the input, and they were fine. No issue with the. You can see there is no short. Let me hiring up the frequency, and on the output also I checked it on the output, and we have 1 kilo ohm there, and it's good, and 1 kilo ohm there, and it's good. Okay, so no short in the input, no short in the output. And so I checked the data lines on the back and on the front, because there are some data lines that are going on the top. There are few components there, few filters, capacitors, and ESD pack. So I check basically everything, and it was giving me correct readings. Well, I'm assuming they are correct, but they were. I was looking for a short, because the console is complaining about too many USB. Oh, you can't read. Yeah, okay. Hello, JM. So I was looking for a short. I was seeing none. Basically, everything was looking fine. And then I said, okay, if the USB power circuit is fine, and even the data lines are fine, why the console is complaining about too many USB connected? And this is because if we look at the circuit, the lines are going directly on the, here we go. You can see line there, following the line, and they are going under the sub-bridge. Okay, so the sub-bridge is the one that controls the USB and data connection, all the stuff. So I say at that point it might be faulty, but how can I check if it is faulty at this point? Because there was no short there. There was no short on data lines. So what was the problem? Yeah, don't worry. And at that point I said, okay, let me test the sub-bridge in a different way. And I go checked for the most common thing that can go faulty on the sub-bridge. And what is this? The Ethernet connection. Okay, so I checked on the Ethernet connection, the point. So there are the data lines pairs there, 4 pairs. Okay, and I check on this, and it was giving me higher readings, even on this. And then I checked on the on diode mode for stability, to have more stable reading. So I check on this, and it was 30. On this, 30. Again, another pair, 30, 30. Then I went on the third pair, it was 40, 40. And then on the fourth pair, 0 and 0. This is how I discovered, because it's not supposed to be 0 on a data line for the Ethernet. Just to confirm, I grabbed another SAD001 board, and I was checking again for the readings, a working board obviously. And I was having 30, 30, 40, and 40, okay, as values. And I said, okay, then I can confirm the subbridge is faulty, probably because of lightning strike or some sort of electrical strike happening in the Ethernet that fed into the subbridge and caused this issue. So today I am going to do, guess what? Guess what I will do now? Nobody have the answer for this? Come on. Get out. There we go. Motherboard change. No, I will not do a motherboard change. It's not the point. The customer data, it will be lost if I do a motherboard change. I will do a subbridge replacement. Yes, I will do a subbridge replacement and reballing. So, in order to do this, obviously has to match. So I went to search for a matching subbridge, and this one on this board is having the CXD 936G. So I went for I went looking for a replacement, and I found that board. Let me take out the thermal pad. Still new. I don't know, maybe this console is not even probably 1 year old. It's already faulty. Or something like that. For this operation, I need my preheater, my trusty preheater. So the subbridge removal will be faster and easier to do. Let me place the board like this. Has not to be totally on top of the, not in this way, because otherwise there are a few plastic connectors down there that can melt. And I also not need the rest of the board, you know, to receive heat. Just the sub-bridge area is fine. Yeah, can do. You want? I can light up a barbecue. Also, you know, that will do. Nice. So it's time for the removal. Giving power to the preheater. So I will go for 260 degrees on the preheater. Flux, obviously. Here we go. And now we need to wait. In the meantime, we can have the fume extractor ready for the fumes. And a suction pen for the removal. Let me set up the suction pen. The electrical suction pen. Bought specifically for these reasons. I have a problem though now. I have a problem because I cannot find the final tip of the suction pen. was supposed to be beside the BGA machine, but apparently it got lost in the void somehow. I don't know how it was possible, this. And I haven't used it in a long time also, so it can be everywhere. Because I don't remember. Okay, mission failed. So I need to use the old method of the tweezers to lift the chip. It would have been better to use the electrical suction pen, but I guess it's not possible. So we are at 240 degrees. The flux got melted under the chip. I can start maybe the film extractor. Getting ready with hot air. And the tweezer. 450 degrees. You can see the flux is bubbling now. It hasn't reached the melting point. 500 billions of what? Of people watching me? Nah, I cannot believe it. Has to be bots. Apples. Okay. Right. And pears. Okay. It's moving. And it's out. So this outreach is working. is able to turn on the console. So I can technically keep it, you know, for testing purpose on maybe dead motherboard, you know, instead of using a chip coming from AliExpress, and I don't want to wait to discover what is the issue. I can use that one. It's having that issue with the Ethernet and the USB, but I mean, it's still useful, no? You don't think? It's technically working. It's able to turn on the console, but it's not able to work. The console is not able to work because the USB cannot connect. The controllers cannot connect. Or charge. Let me clean. Done. Yes, exactly, Mark. It's not working as it should. One section is dead. So it has to be replaced for this reason, but it can still work fine as a test sub-bridge, you know? If you want to confirm maybe there is a faulty sub-bridge on another console that you receive, you can use that one as a test. It may not work anyway after, because the heat cycle can kill it definitely. Definitively, better saying. But it's better than nothing. It is better than nothing. Even though I would not recommend it anyway. Because you can never know how it will behave. Good. Now, removing the board from the plate so it can cool down quicker. Now removing the preheater. No, I need the preheater still. I need to remove the other one, Right. I need to remove the other one from this board. I think it's fine. Yeah, there's no risk. There is no harm in putting this board. Like, maybe like this is better. Yes. Yes. Okay. Powering on the board. The preheater, not board. Now we need to wait for this board to reach the temperature. Here we go. This is the defective one, so I will mark it as a defective. Here we go. Do I have the drawer for those sub-bridge? I don't think so. I never... Oh, sub 36. I was having also brand new? Yeah. Yeah, one brand new. Yeah. AliExpress brand new. I would say. But yeah, I have also a few others that I didn't notice. Anyway. Joy-Con batteries. Yes. Probably. Potentially. For the right price. Like 200 euros per batteries. Okay, flux is starting bubbling. There is some fume now. $200 lire. Te le do io 200 lire se vuoi. Waiting a bit. Waiting a bit. One day they will become useful again, maybe, you know. Okay, 450 degrees on top. I will melt the connectors. Yeah, well, better not to, but yeah, let's try not to melt them. Hey, here we go. There we go. Sub-bridge has been removed. Preheater off. Okay, we can put this board away. Preheater away. Because we don't need them anymore. Fume extractor. Yes, moving the air is preventing a lot the melting of the plastics. Because you're not focusing the heat. By focusing the heat, the component or the area you are working on, it will heat at the same temperature you are setting. So if you go to 250 degrees, the area will reach 250 degrees. It will never reach 250 degrees. Is a way of saying, you know. So by doing 450 degrees, obviously we can have a drop of 100 degrees, more or less. So every component under the hot air, it will reach 350 degrees. And those plastic connectors, they will melt over, I would say, 200 degrees, okay? But by moving the air constantly, in circle or just up and down, you are basically reducing the risk, just because the air doesn't have the time to raise up the temperature quickly. Okay, it's raising up the temperature very slowly, so the board will soak in heat very slowly, and the solder will melt before the connector. Nice. So now we need to rebolt this. I have the stencil for this. I am prepared for this. We can use paste to be quicker. Let me grab my trusty. What is under? Screws. Typical. Here we go. It's locked in place. Now, fume extractor again. Let's start. Also the air purifier. So it will work a bit together with the fume extractor. Cleaning the chip. Now coming with the leaded solder to help me get rid of any oxidized pad if there are any. and bringing down the melting temperature so it will be easier to wick. Here we go, all shiny. Buy it. You will now receive a chip holder for free just by telling that in chat. It's now magically appearing. Oops. Please stay there. I want to clean you. What is flux? Yeah, good boy. I was joking, obviously. Here we go. Starting to suck. Here we go. Now the chip is clean from the solder. We can clean it. From the flux. Release it from the holder. It's a real life one. Real life RL-601. I don't need the fume extractor anymore, so I can go. Cleaning the chip, again cleaning the chip. Say it with me. What are we doing now? Cleaning the chip. And what is gonna be our next move? Say it with me. It's gonna be reballing the chip. Where is the stencil now? Is it this one? No, this is the sub-bridge. No, it's not the sub-bridge, is the SSD controller. Where is the stencil? Oh, do I have the other stencil? No, it's not the magnetic one. Is a possibility. Is a possibility. Okay, I need to do a reball in the old way with balls. Still fine. Ouch. Please don't stick to each other. Those magnets are ridiculously dangerous. Okay, stencil, 90mm stencil, if I can find it now, because here we go, found it. Easy. Stencil. I thought I had the Hi Gospel. I thought I had the Maui one, but now that I'm thinking, they didn't release a magnetic stencil for PS4 subbridges. I will use the stencil is 0.5mm balls. Is using holes for the 0.5mm balls, but I will use 0.45 because they can fit better. That is the only reason. Just going one size below. Subbridge reball, yes. Going one size below to have better better results. Okay, now I need the chip holder in position. Damn, it's stiff. Think he's having some flux issue. No, too low. It's not supposed to go there. Here we go. Yeah, it's expensive. It is expensive, this one. But it's worth. It's worth the money. Putting this. We need a tiny bit of flux. Spreading the flux. Perfect. Yeah, I can clean it. Obviously, it's a metal. It's total metal. You can definitely clean inside ultrasonic cleaner. Now cleaning the stencil, tiny bit from the flux residue of the last reball that I've done, which was probably 1 year ago. Cleaning the stencil with clean drying out the stencil with a clean microfiber cloth, free of dust, debris, and grease, hand grease, more than other stuff, because even grease, it will stuck, it will keep the ball it will prevent the balls from going around freely. Nice. So now we need to place the stencil. Oh, it's a bit high. Yeah. Need to lowering. Here we go. So now it's fine. We need to go under the microscope for the alignment. Microscope. Orientation of the microscope. Okay. So I need something like that. This stencil, unfortunately, you can see is not perfect. This is why I don't like them. They have a very, very slight decentration. You can see now is aligned on the top part, but is not aligned at all on the bottom part. So we need to find a middle way where it will work. Now we need to keep that in position with my tweezers, because this is magnetic. Nice. And now I need to move the stencil around just by applying some force to it, like hammering a bit in the correct position you want, like that. Need to go on top now a bit. It is annoying. It is very annoying. Maybe rotating a bit. So from this side. Something like that, maybe on top side, maybe now. Yeah, it's not, this is why I don't like it. Why you don't want to center better? This is a struggle. It will help me at least positioning the balls, but it's a pain because they will never be centered properly. Yeah, I have to go manually with this row, basically. Okay, never mind. go like this. Then we'll go for the manual finish. So I need to take the stencil like this with one hand, placing the balls inside with the other. Wait there, I will open the cap first. Good. So keep it in position. Dropping the balls. Moving them around. And then there is this step that I don't like. Now there are a few balls that are doubled on top, I saw. No, flux is already present. Is there. I never forget flux. So now we need to finish placing the missing balls that didn't go inside and take out the excess ones that were clamping together. This one and this one. Please go inside. You want to go inside? Yes, you want to go inside. Please go inside. Here we go. Now taking the others out. Go away. If you can see that the balls that are stuck together mean they are not super clean. Maybe they have some flux residue, because I like to reuse them. So I clean them with IPA, ultrasonic bath, but they never go totally clean like new. But it's still enough to make them work again. Nice. So let me grab one by one the remaining bowls. I will put them on the cork. And I think I don't have any other one missing or misplaced, right? Should be fine. Now, it's time for the manual lifting. Overhead, there are 4 screws on each corner that you can use to lift the chip, to lift the stencil from the chip. Slowly. Here we go. So you don't risk in misplacing the balls, because the stencil is already lifted in a perpendicular way. If you go manually, maybe you lift it like this and you will move the balls. This is why I like this a lot. Now let's check under the microscope again. And let's see what we can do for the alignment. You can see that the bottom row is basically almost out of the alignment. No, I don't think it's the reason why it's so expensive, but it's a nice feature, you know? It is a nice feature to have. So it's a well-designed jig and stencil holder. There are even the one with the springs, the blue one. Even that one is doing more or less the same. So you have two handles, and you drop the chip from the stencil. But I don't like it because you have the spring, you know, and if you have trouble, you know, keeping the spring down, you will end up messing the reballing. So I will try to place manually those balls, even though some are still they are not need to be in the perfect spot, you know, but it's better to have them properly aligned to have more success rate. Yes, yes, it's useful when you have thicker chips, so the stencil can sit flush with the chip. But it's having a limit, obviously. So if you lift the stencil too much, you will not have room for the final process of lifting the stencil from the chip. Here we go. I think it's fine. Maybe this one. Stay there, please. Don't come away. Yeah, basically, more or less, they are in position. I'm happy with this. They will go on their place by their own. This one was still misaligned. Here we go. Here we go. Nice time for hot air. (450°), 50% of air from distant, like, I don't know, 10 centimeter, 5 inches, 6 inches, something like that. We have to wait for the entire chip to reach the temperature. We don't want the ball to liquefy before the chip reaches the temperature. Otherwise, the ball will melt, will go around, and the chip is not ready to accept solder. On reballing, the important thing is that is the chip that has to be at the right temperature to melt the solder balls, not the reverse. So we need to give the time to the chip to heat up and do its job for us. And every 20-30 seconds we go lower and lower. Oh, I can see moving balls on the top right. Let me bring them back in position because I don't want bridges. Please stay there. Again, the chip is already hot enough, so we can continue the process. And when the chip is ready, you will see the ball melting in position. Getting dull first. Yeah, you can see the top right. Top right is starting. The right section is starting to melt. Yeah, here we go. Look, all the balls are getting in their position. Slowly. There are few that are stubborn. They don't like to go in their pads. And they will cause issues when you add flux. That is the problem. Because they will move around at that point. So we need to be very careful. Now wait a few seconds until the balls are solidifying again. And now adding flux. Flooding the chip with flux. It will help the final process of the reballing. Has to be a pool of flux. Here we go. Now we need a fume extractor because this fresh flux will produce fumes like there is no other day left. With that, there is a missing row outside of the camera view, and you can see on the bottom right, yeah, this one wanted to go on a vacation. Let's see if it is going to ice under a mix. Let's see if we'll be able to solder that ball down. Don't you dare floating away. Another one in the middle. Wait there. Yeah, but where is coming from, that one? From where is coming from? Is a stray ball? No. It's coming from there. Look. Oh, and this one was not fully attached. Okay, go there. You please go up in your place. Like that. And like that. Okay. We are ready? I think so. Okay. Now coming with the straight from top. Let's see if we are able to come on. The chip is starting to melt the balls again. Yeah, we are reaching the temperature. Yeah. Look at that. All the balls are positioning themselves slowly but surely. Look at that. This is like magic. Going on top a little bit. Here we go. Final step. Getting closer. All shiny balls. Perfect reballing. Nice. Hi Pietro. Thank you, Gospel. Now, the only downside of this jig for being metal is that after a reball, you cannot touch it. It's impossible to touch it. It's so hot, it will burn you if you try to touch it. So don't touch it. Oh, the connection was good for you guys, because I seen OBS telling me there was a disconnection issue. Hi, good night, Marco. All good for you guys? The stream didn't drop for you? Maybe buffering or something? All good. Fine. Okay, so OBS was telling me a lie. Was lying to me, OBS. Okay. Out. Okay, I can remove it now. And I can grab it in this. Yeah, I didn't lost. How can you, did you call them? Photograms? I think they're called like that. No, frames. Okay, yeah. I didn't lost frames because it is on OBS is telling me frame lost 0, completely 0. So it was my internet connection playing around. I told you I have a crappy internet connection, so when I do live stream can happen. So putting the jig on the floor, so it will cool down itself. Now it's time for the installation of the chip. I don't normally clean the chip because even this flux is totally fine. You can see it is shiny, super shiny. Look at this. I love the looking of a just reballed chip. Anyway, as I said, I don't normally clean the flux just because this is a fresh flux. It's only what, few seconds heated, okay? So it's still worth for doing the job. It's still valid. And so I will grab the board, and I will simply put it on top, okay? Because the flux that is there is enough. Yeah, on OBS, I think the lost frames are frames that has failed to send out. But I think my internet connection dropped down a little in this case. Anyway, pin 1 is there. Pin 1 is there. So this is the orientation. Here we go. The chip locked itself in position already, so it is fine. Let's grab the preheater. We move 1 second. The board, preheater, power to the preheater, and now I need to reposition the chip. Does it still? Yeah, it's still warm. It's still hot from before. So those preheaters take a long time to cool down, like 1 hour or even more. Okay, so the chip is in position, is well placed. No, this is not. Why do you do? This is not the PS4 that was lighting up when trying to inject 3.3. This is a customer console. Where did you see a PS4 like that? From me? From one of my videos? Or maybe it was another console, maybe? And you confused yourself with a PlayStation 4? Okay. So I need to put the board like this over the edge like a bit, because there is the fan connector. No, the fan connector, the 5-volt connector, and I don't want to burn it. So I will place on the edge out of the, and the chip just moved away again because of the vibration I've done moving the preheater. Here we go. Now it's fine. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one. It was an Xbox One OG. It was not a PlayStation 4. It was not a PlayStation 4. Okay, turning on the preheater. Not the button is on the front. And now, theoretically, this preheater is it will be hot enough to melt the solder, because this is lead-free solder, leaded solder. Sorry, with lead inside. So it will melt at 180 degrees, more or less, and the board can reach up to 200 degrees with this preheater. Just need to wait. It will do by itself without the need of the hot air from top. Obviously, I will do anyway a a bit of hot air from top just to ensure the chip is fully positioned and the solder boards are fully melted. And after this, I will repaste it, and I will try the console and see what is happening. See if the error go away or not. So guys, what have you done today? We need to wait for like 5-10 minutes. We can chat. You can ask me something in the chat if you want. Your day was good. Your day was bad. You fixed something. You don't fix something. You were working on something. You bought something. You got scammed. I don't know. We can talk. Or we can just look at this board for 10 minutes without speaking, in total silence. Where do I buy leaded solder? I typically buy leaded solder on AliExpress, but I buy them in like half a kilo spools, so I will have a lot. There is an alternative place, obviously eBay, okay, where you can find leaded solder with no issues. You work like a crazy person. No electronics. I've done a Game Gear screen replacement with an original one. Also, you replace an original Game Gear screen with another original Game Gear screen. Okay. PS4 reball. Yeah, you told me that, which is now fixed. I got a normalish day by working on a side project, a web application. That is a cool thing. So what is doing this web application, if you want to talk about it? And what are you working? What did you work on, Spock? Or what work did you do? Did you done? Sorry, my English is my grammar is so bad, especially on those. It's 1 a.m. almost, and I had a day full of stuff to do, so I'm also tired a bit. The preheater reached right now 260 degrees. Oh, you are. I don't know the word. I don't think I know the word. Or maybe I heard of it and I totally forgot it. Let me translate with Google. Yeah, representative of a company. So you go door in door. Yeah, you can you can talk about it. I don't mind. For a fishing game. Okay. That is cool. Yes, okay. Sales representative, yes. Only by date. Okay, but you will go on you will go in their house, or they come to you in an office? I have a switch light that needed fixing. Fan goes 100% when you shut the console down. What do you need? Cause I've done only 2 BGA replacement. So you think it's a BGA chip issue? Okay, no, you go to them. Okay. Nice. So and you have a good return. They are paying you by contracts number, like a percentage if they sign a contract or something. If you do a sale, or they give you a fixed amount of money. A tiny 3x3 chip control the fan. On the I see. Yeah. I remember now. That one. Okay. Okay. Nice thing, Sandra Mix. It's a cool thing. You know, being able to do programming is kind of cool. You know, it's even more. I think it's even more complex than repairs, than actual repairs, because it's a whole work of mind. Console work fine, but it commits battery suicide when you shut it down. Oh. I see. Yeah, because he's always on. Okay, you have a fix plus the commission on top. Nice. So you are living fine with those money. It's good. That is the point. Nice. So the chip should be now heated enough. We can add a little bit of flux. You know, to help the process. Here we go. Now you can see the flux coming out from the chip a little bit. Yeah. I remember. Don't worry. No, probably not. Sorry, I lied to you. I have so much stuff going on in my mind. I don't remember a lot of things happening outside my life. So going again 450 degrees, just to be sure. On top, like 20-30 seconds. To be sure the bowling went well. Okay, like that, and we can touch the chip. The chip is moving in all the corners. Nice. We can shut off. We can remove the power from the preheater, and we'll leave the console like that. For no, maybe it's better. Yeah, it's better to keep the fume extractor on. Ah, yeah, corrupted eMMC is a mess. It's a mess. I have a lot of those consoles that will never be able to repair because I am not good at software issues. Yeah, I know it's fixed. Gospel. I already know it is fixed. It was a clear fault. Now let's see if it is still moving. Nope, it's not. We can suck the excess flux with a cotton bud. Another one. Grabbing another one. Opening a bit the cotton bud so it will reach under while the flux is still melted. Here we go. Fine. Oh, corrupted the MMC, yeah. Yeah, that is a pain. That is a total pain to do. I don't like software issues because software is so complex to me to understand. I tried many times, not many, but I mean, I tried many times to fix software issues on the Nintendo Switch eMMC, but it is a pain. Too much variables, you know. And the guides, okay, that you can find online, they are not explaining if you have an error. So they are basically telling you do step 1, step 2, step 3, and yeah, you have a working console. Okay, but if step 1 is failing, how am I supposed to fix it? And they don't tell you. So there are many failure points that can happen on software because obviously of hardware faults, maybe, you know, because eMMC can have a failed channel, can have a failed data line, or I don't know, is failing in many ways, you know, and can corrupt the software in that way. And so it is very hard. There are many cases where you're looking, you are trying, you do millions of tryings, and the console is still not able to work properly. So it's a mess. You can put custom firmware in them, yeah. Yeah, but it's not worth at the point, no? It's like an offline console, yes. can still be used, yes. But I mean, nowadays, where 90% of the games need the Nintendo servers approval, you know, to just play an offline games, it is hard. It is hard. You don't need to sleep, Sandarmix. You need Red Bull, like Nanofix. Nice. So this board is done. Everything is fine. Should be fine to test. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, yeah, the Pico is allowing you to run the console. It doesn't do anything about the games. The games has to be cracked down, you know, in order to play the game offline. Okay, repasting. Nice. Now we need the case. I need to clean. Oh, I need to put the battery also. I need to put the battery back. How much is this battery though? Let's see if we have enough voltage on this battery. 2.85 is low. Let's replace it. Let's replace it. And this console was brand new. It's crazy. There is not a single speck of dust inside. So this tray is empty. I need another tray. Or I can use another battery that I can find in my spare parts, maybe. Yeah, here we go. This one is a PS5 Slim battery. So it's having the sticky glue under it. So I know it is working. What are you talking, Spock? What error about what PS5? Need the Q-tip. And I am missing a thermal pad. There. Where is my thermal pad? Oh, it can have a lot of way of manifesting. It's not about bad APU. It's not only that, I would say. Yeah, it's better to say that. It can be that, but it's not good to say it is mostly that. So we have the battery, but we are missing a thermal pad. Where is that thermal pad? Did I lost it somewhere? Maybe it fell down. Maybe it fell down on the mat, or it was still stuck when, yeah, I was basically, no, I was having like that. So no, there is no thermal pad. Okay, so we need a thermal pad, right? It will come out one day probably. Maybe it's on the floor. Obviously, if it is on the floor, I will not reuse it, but okay, grab a thermal pad. 1 millimeter thermal pad. No, this is 3 millimeter, right? Yeah, this is the thickest pad possible. Oh, do I have something there? Yeah, I have something there I can use. Yeah, here we go. I have another PS4 Slim thermal pad that it was going there, but I can cut it off in the right size to match this one. Where is my blade? Here we go. Created a new thermal pad. Perfect. Like nothing happened. Now, thermal paste. Where is thermal paste? Perfect. Now it's time to put, to lift, I would say, the power supply from the console. Come on, get out. Here we go. Nice. So now lifting the power supply. Removing it completely because we need to attach the two wires. Oh, here we go. Found it. You know? So now this is not needed, right? But it was not there before. It's messing with me. This part is messing with me. How could you? How could you? Messing with me? I am trying to fix you, and you are trying to mess with me? He wanted to play games. The thermal pipe wanted to play games. But nothing can escape from me. Nothing. You can run, but you cannot hide. Sort of things. Yeah. Only at 1 a.m. can happen this time. This kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, now he's in position. We will never lose it again. I think. It can happen anyway. So where are the screws? Stuff. They are on the plastic bag. Here we go. So we go for this, we go for this, and we go for the two screws. So the console is fully in place. Then we attach the antennas to the console. Nice. Okay. I can zoom out now a bit. It's not needed to be so zoomed in now. So this one, perfect. Then the power supply now. And power supply need to go like this first. Connecting the power. What is happening here? Why is not going inside? Here we go. Pressing down, placing the antenna on the right place, going there, and now we need to find that specific screw that goes there, which is shorter than the normal silver ones. But I cannot see it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 about the for this. Then we have the metal screws. Maybe it's down there? No. Let me look. So those are the silver screws that need to go on the other side of the motherboard. Of the console, not the motherboard. There are those two. There are those four. I think I lost in a bench. That screw, that specific screw. Okay. So I can fit those at least. Yeah, no, I checked under the console. There were none. There were none. Probably is on this side of the bench with all the other screws laying around. But I will find it. Just like the thermal pad, you know? They cannot escape me. Now this one and the shield. Yeah, when something happened in this room, you cannot believe your eyes. You cannot believe your eyes, or you cannot believe your ears. Also, maybe you are hearing something drop on the floor. You look, is vanished totally. You know, it gone in the void, basically. Screwdriver. Not too much. Here we go. Oh, because there is no. Yeah, there is not. Yeah, there is no top plate. I need the top plate for that. Okay, so we need the top plate before screwing those two. Let me grab it, and we need. Yes, we are about to test this bad boy console. Let me place the thermal pads back. Well centered, because I like when they are well centered. Because from factory there is a Chinese guy that is basically grabbing the thermal pads, and they will throw like a bag of chips on top of the console in hoping they are in the correct spot and closing the console. And they say good enough. That is how they work. I'm assuming a monkey can do a better job. In comparison. So placing the cables. I put this cable back, no? Yes. So it is connected, everything is connected. Now the antenna has to be connected. Here we go. Sticker number 1, sticker number 2, and plastic holder. Perfect. Yeah, sorry guys, I will go as fast as I can in reassembling and testing the console, and I will bother later about that vanished screw. Here we go. Now these two. Yeah, I want also to go bed, you know. I streamed for 2 hours already. The heat wave is killing you. Right now I have 29 degrees in this room, and I'm sweating. It's not pleasant, especially when you do rebowlings, you know? Luckily on the other room I have the aircon, so when I will open the door, the